Okay, so we did revisit a crest, but like right after I hopped off this morning, we ended up revisiting this price level. So that indicated to me we were revisiting a higher crest, and we've done that. We've revisited higher crests in the midst of this erratic behavior back and forth through the same price level. You could say that this is the like right here, maybe right here, or like right here, one of those two. I think it's probably this one. So in this last hour, what we should see is this rally. Okay, so there's two things that could happen. We could rally right into the close, which is more likely. And if we do that, if we do rally right into the close, then this low significator, what it's indicating is this full retracement of this move higher into the close. There's a full retracement in the like beginning of the day here, and we have a low significator here, and probably like a notable drop in the early morning, like pre-market, into like a low around the open, most likely, and then we go from the bottom of a range from that low all the way to the top of a range to a high for the day. So that's one variation. The other variation is that we rally into a peak somewhere. Well, the other variation is that we've seen the high already, I should say, right? This is the high right here in the 2 to 3 o'clock hour. 2:30 right on the dot, so right smack in the middle of that. And then we should have this rally partially through this last hour, and it would be followed by a full retracement of the move higher, full retracement of that move back down. So a full retracement back down to this price level right here before the close. That's the other variation. And in actuality, that's starting to look more to me like what's actually taking place based on the RSI, based on the high already being in between 2 and 3. That's probably what we have is more decline. We have like a rally, but it's retraced, and then possibly more so than just retraced, but there'll be like a triangular shape, like an upside down V shape, and this is the beginning of that upside down V shape. So we might go higher, but I think the high's probably in. Now, again, if I'm wrong about that, the other possibility is that we rally right into the close with this sharp drop or retracement overnight into or overnight and or pre-market. In actuality, in either case, I think we probably have a sharp drop overnight or pre-market based on what I'm seeing here with the futility card and the cross-reading congruency into a high here. Interesting. You can see how this ruin indicating a low, a day's low. It's like right at the like 10 to 11 o'clock hour, excuse me, the 11 to 12 o'clock hour there it's pointing at. And we have right here at 11:30 this move from a low, like a sharp move into a high, and then we do that sidewaysy behavior that then turns into more erratic behavior with the revisiting of the crest, followed by this rally that's offering opportunity to open up a short position or close long positions. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, so we probably see the same high, and we probably see the same high before we turn around and do a full retracement of this move higher back down to this price level here of 458. And the reason why I say that is because there's this rally offering opportunity to short or close long positions. There wasn't so much a trade opportunity in the midst of this high. I mean, there's sometimes a revisiting of a crest that's an opportunity here, but here in this high, there wasn't so much. The trade opportunity comes afterwards, so it could be that we go back to that high. Either way, this rally here is retraced, either at the end of the day or overnight. And we should have a sharp drop there overnight or in the pre-market, offering opportunity to open up to close a short position, I should say. Huh. Okay, so I think we probably revisit the lows from here on the 6th here in the post market. I think we probably revisit these lows. I'm just picking up on this now here on Monday, the 11th. Hey, Tabraze. You could do a short for like over the over. You could do a short for like overnight. It might actually turn into over the weekend because this trade card here on the 8th, it's hard for me to determine if it's a closing out of a short here before a notable move higher. More likely, I think what it is more opportunity to open up a short before a sharp drop. And what I'm not seeing here is a closing out of a short position. Boom. Yeah. Okay. So I feel pretty strongly that we revisit the lows here from the pre-market around this 450, let's say around the 454 50ish range from the excuse me, the post market of the 6th. I kind of sense I'm picking up on that taking place here on the 11th, and there's a lot of things indicating that that's going to take place. So we'll most likely revisit that low there, but there's also possibility of a high involved on the 11th as well. I would look for a short here in the midst of this rally right now that's taking place for an overnight. And I'd probably get into a partial short right now, and then if we go higher into the close, I'd open up more of a short. But we might turn around right here. It's possible. And what I'd want to do is if I could close that short for a profit in the morning, I would do that. It may be that it looks like we can, and then there's this big move before the market opens, and we're not able to close out of it. That could happen. In which case, I might add to it here when we have this big move, and then we establish support at an important technical price level on a 1 month chart scale here, somewhere between 10 and 12. It'll be before a sharp drop. If that happens, we don't have the opportunity to close that short, I'd open up more, I'd add to that short there. If you can close that short there, close it, and then open up another short here before this sharp drop. And then I would look to close it. It's either on the 11th or it'll be on the 12th in the morning. Or should I say 12th in the evening? But probably here on the 11th. This is also more strongly looking like a closeout of a long position kind of trade. If you got into a long at the end of the day or around these lows here from the prior day. Hey, B. It seems to me like what's going to take place tomorrow is a quick decline low in the early in the day and then a full retracement back to highs here. Then we drop midday, and that drop offers opportunity to open up a long for a day trade. You should be able to close that long when we revisit peak or crest at the end of the day, like the same high that we formed here in the first hour and a half. We revisit it at the end of the day, it seems, like in the last hour, somewhere between the last hour and a half, I should say. Hey, Conrad. Um, from the 29th. Let me see. That's a good question. Do I think that the unicursal tomorrow brings us down to the science level from the 29th? It looks like they erased all of my markups here. Like, what is this? Where did this even come from? E-Trade is like bugs out sometimes. Erased all my markups. I can't believe this. Good old Mercury retrograde. Um, I don't have that price level handy, but what I'm picking up on is a no on that. I think the price level is probably what we fall from. Without knowing what that science level is, because all of my lines are missing. Thank you, E-Trade. I'm gonna switch completely to Trading View based on this. I'm so annoyed right now. Um, what I think is actually taking place is we're gonna meet an important price level. We turn that resistance, which is an important technical price level on a 1 month scale, into support there, and that would be the the signal to enter into a short before this sharp drop into a low for the day. And I think that drop will probably take us into a low. There'll be a little bit of a rally and then another drop. And we'll probably have a low in that 1 to 2 o'clock hour before more movement to the upside back into highs somewhere in the last hour and a half. The same price levels as early in the day is my sense. And if they're not the same price levels, then they'll be lower, but there's still a crest there. Hey, LTW, appreciate the support, my man. Much appreciation. Any questions you have, let me know. Yeah, comrade, I'm not sure without the lines are gone on my chart, so I'm just gonna start using TradingView from now on. It's really E-Trade has done this to me so many times. I'm just so aggravated by it. 459. That seems more like, so the 459 seems more like a price level that we might fall from tomorrow. That we'd meet, turn into support momentarily, and then fall from. Hey, buddy bear.
Yeah, you good boy, Hermes. Yeah, you're such a good boy, you know? You're so friendly. You always want to say hello, huh?
Um. Hey, it was luck. Hey, AV. What price do I think Bitcoin will retrace to in February? Hermes, no, no, no. Over here, buddy. Over here. Make your little spot right there, okay, buddy? Make your little spot. Thank you, Hermes. I love you too. Hermes. What price do I think Bitcoin will retrace to in February? Let's take a look. I don't have the markup done for this yet, but I'll still take a look. I just want to point out something, guys. This is the February Bitcoin reading that I'll be doing all of my predictions based off of. Today is December 7th, 2023. It's already been laid and photographed. Oops, that's the Sembrelli that opened. Yeah, I'd be mindful, guys. These are really strong cross-root incongruencies here. We have a high here around the second. It's a little bit later, but it's that Ace of Discs energy into the high. We've got an Ace of Princess of Discs energy, which is almost identical energy. It's not quite the same, but they have the same card correlations, identical to each other. So very, very similar energy here on the 8th. And what's important is that it's a cross-root incongruency, right, with the 2023 high correlator card right here, which is the Ace of Discs. So be mindful of that. We go into kind of like sideways fluidity into the end of the month. And then you know what? Let me take a look at the 10-year as well. Hey, Buddy Bear, are you blocking the camera now? Are you being a camera hog? Yeah, you are. It's the Hermes show, right, Hermes? It's the Hermes show. I know. Wherever we go, it's the Hermes show. Why do you insist on sitting over there? I don't get it. Right in front of the screen. All right, here. Interesting. So this card right here at the beginning of the year, it's actually pretty strong cross-reading congruency, which I missed. And what do I mean by that? So on the 10-year reading, there's a correlation here in the end of 2023. The orange correlates to the theme card, which is the Princess of Wands, right? So it correlates to 2023 card on the 10-year. And when we go and we look at the beginning of 2024, we've got it here, which remember, plus or minus a little bit of wiggle room. So that could be a significant high right there, which would make sense because a lot of the other 2024 readings have a high to a low to a high to a low there. But as far as that low, kind of tough to determine at this point. It's possible it could be around here. It could be around there, actually. I don't think we go... I'm pretty sure we don't go into the 25 range. 25K range in 2024. Hey, Ellen. Will Dragon Chain Crypto reach $1 in 2024? Oh, I just mixed my cards. I mean, like, opposite directions. Good old Mercury retrograde. I must do that every Mercury retrograde. Okay. Dragon Chain Crypto, will it reach $1 in 2024? Yes or no? I got a yes for that. I like that name. That's cool. Dragon Chain. Although I don't see it connected directly to the USD, which I don't really like that. I mean, Tether's technically, but I don't like to see a coin that doesn't have a direct, like, cash out with cash. That's a little iffy to me, in my opinion. But let's see what the all-time high is. Looks like it's... Is that right? $53? $53, wow. Doubtful, but let's see. Does it reach $53 at some point? Does it reach $53 again? I got a no for that. It doesn't reach $53 ever again. Whoa. Okay. I'll try and be fast here. Lots of people asking questions. It was like, What will be the general trend direction for Microsoft and IBM tomorrow and the next week? General direction of Microsoft for tomorrow. It's a rally tomorrow along a diagonal trend line, breaking through at least one horizontal resistance. And for next week, the overall trend direction for Microsoft will be a rally increasing with momentum moving forward in time. The overall trend direction for IBM for tomorrow. A lot of volatility. An important resistance and a significant decline off of that resistance. And then the overall trend direction for IBM next week. It's mixed. We have like a sideways S formation within a channel. So it's kind of like range bound within a resistance and a support. You mentioned there may be a big drop in February. Does this new info imply that there won't be a big drop in December of expected when Black Swan event will be in February? No. There's going to be some sort of event here. That's still going on here in December. And there will be a drop here. But the scale of the drop here in December is going to be it'll be outweighed, or the scale of the February drop will be larger, if you will. It's a bigger scale drop. IWM for tomorrow wasn't bullish for today, huh? Is it that there was an important support level on a multi-day scale highlighted today for IWM? Because that might be overall trend direction tomorrow for IWM. There's a near overbought crest that we sell off from through multiple supports. So the happiness card is a little tricky. It could mean that there's rallying into a near overbought crest, or it could just be a crest that we sell off from. So it could be rallying into a near overbought crest followed by selling off, or it could be just the crest that we sell off from. That's the happiness card for tomorrow. Will Ethereum have a higher high in January than in December? Oops, wrong one. All right. It does appear to me that we have a higher price level in January than we do in December, and I think that's probably the case for a lot of stocks and crypto. Actually, that's not the case. Hold on a sec. It looks like that higher price level actually ends up being in February. There's a higher price level in February than there is in December. It's probably right around the cusp of January, February. Or, no, let's just say February. It's in February. Conrad, is the say TT card on at 3 p.m. for December 8th is the high for the month for SPY, I believe. Oh, look, E-Trade. Okay, so we did turn around here. Hopefully people opened up a partial short here, as instructed. That is correct, Conrad. That's what this here indicates. The light blue star indicates a cross-reading congruency with a card that appears on a greater time frame reading. So it's the high card of the December reading. In other words, the 1 month card, the high card on the 1 month for SPY December appears here, which is why I have on the 1 month here a little star in green indicating that the 10 of Cups actually appears on the 1 day reading here around the end of the day. And that's what makes me think that we probably have a high towards the end of the day as well. So we move to the upside early in the day and then do like a U-shaped dip sort of thing or a sharp drop and then retracement into a high towards the last hour and a half somewhere. Hey, Round Earth. Ether la Bugala. Ether de la Moongala Galoo. Robert. Hey, Robert, my friend. Is Fiatoda. I don't know what Fiatoda means. Ethereum is Fiatoda. Soongaloo. How does Jasmy Crypto look mid-January 2024? Jasmy Crypto. Jazz. Me. Is that it? Oh, Jazz. That's wrong. There we go. For January 2024, what's the overall trend direction of Jasmy? Sideways rotational on key support. It's probably that same key support. Where is it in January 2024 in relation to today's price level? Whoa. Actually, we should see a bit of a higher price level in January than where we're at now. What's been removed? What's been removed? The gap from $5. Ellen, let me know what crypto you're talking about. Hey, Sunrise, welcome. Will Casper crypto reach $2? So let's put a time frame on that question. Oh, you did. Great. In 2024 or 2025, will Casper crypto reach $2 in 2024? I have a no for that. Will it reach $2 in 2025? Will Casper crypto reach $2 in 2025? I got a no for that as well. It doesn't reach $2 in either of those years. Hey, Proof. How does Sol look for the rest of December? Yikes. All right, so we have a unicursal there. Looks like there's probably a cash out opportunity here in December. Yeah. Yeah, so so the low there's probably two lows in December. In other words, we go from like this move higher to a peak, which is a cash out opportunity, and then back down to that same low. And there's like a fake out towards the end of December. I would say you probably want to cash out of long positions if you haven't done so. On like a short term basis, you probably want to cash out of long positions. Let me look at the 2024 real quick. I was looking at the wrong crypto, so hold on. I was looking at the wrong chart. All right, yeah, so revisiting here in early December, or you could say at the end of the November, there's revisiting of a support. And then there's this move out of a low into more of like a cash out opportunity. Yeah, I would say you probably want to cash out around these price levels here. because this is a cash out opportunity, and then whatever happens towards the end of the month of the December, it's like a notable fake out. But I think we probably come back to the early lows of December. We probably see them towards the end, and then it looks like we have a higher price level here in the end of December than we do in at least in early 2024. Oh, that's a good idea. Let me think, AV. That's a good question. Is it a good idea to be in cybersecurity stocks now before this Black Swan event, which might have something to do with the cyber attack? Is S a good stock? What is S? Sentinel One. Interesting how it's spiking right now. Very interesting. Don't you find that interesting? I find that very interesting. Somebody knows something. All right, so is it a good idea to be in a cybersecurity stock December 11th through the 13th? I got a yes for that. It was a very, very clear yes. Is S a good stock to be in as far as the cybersecurity stock to be in before this event that takes place between the 11th and 13th? I got a no for that. I got a no again. So there's got to be a better cybersecurity stock. Maybe I'll be able to squeeze in a cybersecurity reading.
Sorry, buddy.
A cybersecurity stock picker. Hopefully I can get that up in the next day or so. Oh, and how is Ankh coin doing for the rest of December? Sorry, Proof. How is Ankh coin doing for the rest of December? Overall trend direction, rest of December. So we should have a point. There should be a price level at which point we have a really sharp drop that stands out on a multi-day scale. Oh, you were talking about Dragon Chain. Okay, good to know. Does INJ coin go to $100 in 2024? That's a pretty decent chart for crypto, I gotta say, guys. Isn't this the one that has something to do with gaming? I feel like the ING coin has something to do with gaming. Am I right about that? I gotta know, it does not go to $100 in 2024. INJ coin, excuse me. You're welcome, Sunrise. Thanks for watching. Do I see Ethereum? Do I see $3,000 Ethereum by January? Interesting. Do I see it by January? It's a good question. Let's see. All right, guys, I'm gonna cut off like whatever questions are on there now. I'll answer, but anything after that, I gotta roll because it's gonna get dark real fast. Gotta make sure Hermes gets his Hermes time at the park. That's why my puppy is so happy because he always gets his Hermes time.
Right, Hermes? Yeah, you're a good boy.
I don't think so. Do we see 3,000 Ethereum by January? Oh wow, I got a yes for that. I got 2 yeses for that. What the heck? What is it doing? You were thinking long coffee breakout? Are you talking coffee like you're talking like a breakout in the coffee commodities? I came back and answered that on ANKR one, so I think you probably saw that. You probably asked that question before I answered it. Do I see a top for Bitcoin beginning 2025? Where did my Bitcoin one go? Oh, here. There's a top in 2025. Yes, it'll be below 65K. But it's not the high of the 10-year period. I think we probably have a higher price level in 2028, 2027, 2028 even. But we should see 65K somewhere between 2024 and 2025. It'll be a brief peak that's easily missed. Yeah, that is the cybersecurity. I'm glad you asked that question. That's a really good idea. It's level one. It's layer one blockchain for finance. Got you. Got you. Oh, there's another one I know that had to do with gaming. I thought it was ING, but I guess not. I'm doing well, Tabriz. Thanks. So hope you're doing the same. Hey, Weird Thomas. Do I see Optimism hit a new all-time high in January or February? Wow, I don't have an optimism 10-year. Got to do that. This is one I haven't done the workup for. There is some possibility of pushing the upper end of a range higher on like a multi-year scale in February, but it's hard to say if that's going to be an all-time high or not. Doesn't look like it's an all-time high. But it might be that we see the same highs we have as the all-time high already. It looks like we probably see the same all-time highs again, but not like new ones. And does that take place in January or February? Looks like a no there. I'd have to finish that reading to be able to tell you. Auto correction. Yeah, I probably read your mind. It's kind of a way clairvoyance works. Is the idea probably came to me because you were thinking, hey, he missed that. And then I was like, oh, hey. Hey, Ellen. You're welcome. You're welcome, Proof. That'll be the top. That's my sense, is it'll be the top in below 65K in 2024, 2025. But there will be a much higher top. I see 250K sometime in the future. It could be in 2028, or it could be in the following 10-year period of 2030 to 2039. But eventually, Bitcoin hits 250K. All right, my friends, that's all I got for today. Got to take my dog for his Hermes time. Much appreciation to everybody for watching. Real quick, so... All right, so we had this drop here, and we most likely go into a drop tomorrow. And then there's this big move from the bottom of a range all the way to the top of a range. I hope it's not this that already took place, because that could be the case. But in the midst of that, I would open up more of a short position. I would close a short position that I opened today here if there's a good opportunity first thing in the morning. If there isn't, I would add to it in the midst of this move higher to key technical price level, which one of our viewers, Conrad, was observant enough to point out is probably going to be around this price level right here. 458.90-ish. 458.70, 458.90, something like that. Open up more short position there. And then in the midst of a decline here, off of that price level, you could open up a long position for a day trade to close towards the end of the day. All right, my friends, thank you so much for watching. As always, make sure to follow that Roll of Karma. You do so here on the resources tab of our website. Where is it? You do so on our website, Tarot for Traders, under the resources tab, where we ask that you donate 5% of the profits forward to one of the charities listed there, 5% of the profits back to the channel. Thank you for all those of you following through. Make sure to spend that 90% left over out of love. As long as you follow those rules, it makes you an angel investor of the channel. The universe is going to send it back to you tenfold for following through. Blessings to all my angel investors. I'll see you guys tomorrow.